Morning guys, it's Nigel here. It's Christmas Eve 2018 and I've just been digging through my collection of Lancaster books and I've got a couple. There's this one, I've got a magazine here which was a special edition for the Dam Busters, and there's also this one. This is the Avro Lancaster definitive record, as you can see. And this is more a book about all the different actual aircraft that flew and what happened to them and how many sorties they did. There's some nice factory shots and stuff, but as far as actual reference material goes, by far this is the one to have, in my opinion. I bought this back in 2010 and it cost like £9. I've just had a look on Amazon now. It's no longer available new, according to Amazon. £48 is the going rate at the moment. Hopefully with the release of the HK models and the forthcoming Wingnut Wings, then maybe Sam will reissue the book again, and then it'll be like £15–20 I expect. But I bought this back in 2010, and as you can see, I haven't even broken the spine. It's still in perfect condition, so I'm really chuffed about that. But I just thought I'd do a quick flip through this book to show you how valuable it is. It covers the Lancaster, Manchester and Lincoln, and as you can see in the back, we've got Mickey the Moocher there on the back, which is great. I'm going straight to the back because there's some nice drawings. I'm not going to pull them out because they're I don't tend to use drawings anyway because I never trust them, but we can see we've got some nice drawings there of some different Lincoln variants, and I'm sure if we folded them out, there's all sorts of Lancaster stuff in there as well, and they've actually folded themselves out. So there we go, guys. So there we got Lancasters at 1/44, and then we got the that's the tall boy, isn't it? That's the Grand Slam. Then we got the Mark II down here with the radial engines, and we've got Dam Busters here. So yeah, we've got lots and lots of drawings in the back, which is nice. Get those back in without getting any damage on them. But no, just wanted to quickly flick through this book and show you what it's all about. It's got a glossary of all different sort of terminologies there, both from the RAF and the Luftwaffe for some reason. Different shots of different aircraft, Lancasters, Manchesters, Lincolns, all sorts there. Some good airfield shots here. Guys laying out there on some canisters, engines being worked on. We've got a crew here, and then we've got some bomb loading equipment going on there. Crashed aircraft, that's definitely got some canned fuselage there. Yeah, and then special operations, test beds. There's some quite interesting shots in the test beds here. You can see what they were doing with testing different engines and stuff. There's that one there with a very funny hump on the front. This one here, testing a jet engine. Then we've got, I think this one is actually modelled in the Tamiya second release, isn't it, kit, I think. That colour scheme anyway, but not that engine. Or those engines, should I say, again testing jet engines. So obviously the Lancasters saw a lengthy service after the war, doing testing for everyone. Argentina, post-war service. Yeah, these are the ones that are actually covered in the Tamiya 48 scale. We've got here Royal Canadian Air Force. All sorts of different civvy streets. It's civilian ones. Nice fuel tanker there. I wish somebody would make some 32nd scale airfield equipment to go with our aircraft. That would be really nice. Like Tsukimori did the 32nd scale Kettenkrad, and I thought that was going to be the start of more to come, but unfortunately it didn't, did it? So we've got different views here. This is the Manchester, which was basically, I believe, the twin engine Lancaster. And then we've got more Manchester there, and then we're into Lancaster here. More Lancaster, lots and lots of different schemes showing all. There's the Grand Slam. There's the Dam Busters. Yeah, lots and lots of different schemes here. And then we're into colour drawings of the cockpit and everything, which I find a bit strange. I thought the aerial in front of the cockpit was black, but they're showing it here as green. And then what down in the nose here is all green as well. So yeah, not too sure about that, I have to read it. And then we've got Understand the Subject, and this is where the book starts to get really good for the modeller. It shows you all the different variants, different changes, different additions to the aircraft and everything, so you can be sure that when you're making your model, you're making the right version or the right variant. The different intakes here. Some of them had the heat shields over the exhaust, some had open exhausts. And we've got the different test aircraft, civilian versions, foreign civilian versions, test beds again, and then we've got Lancastrian, and then here we go into our lovely drawings from their manuals. We can see the different bomb loadout. This is for the Manchaster, and then we've got the Lancaster 1, 2, 3 and 7, so different cockpit layouts. Obviously this is going to be great for us modelers. Show different instrumentation and everything, some bits and pieces. I think some of this is missing on the HK Models kit. And then we've got some wiring diagrams, hydraulics, and then we're into the engine bays. This is showing us the engines with the taken out of the radiators, the shape of the radiators. If you've got the Hong Kong Models kit, the radiators are actually wrong, they're from a Mark 10 apparently. And we've got all this detail in the Hong Kong Models kit with the oil tanks, everything back here, so we can see we can add a lot of detail to that if we want to. But then the engines need a lot of detail because they're quite simple. Flap detail. Here we've got seating back into the cockpit again. This is onto the Mark 10 now. There's going to be a lot of similarities between the two, and then we get into our photographic stuff. We've got some lovely drawings over here still. We've got this is where it starts to get good for the modeller. We've got all these detailed close-up photographs. There's the different bomb layouts, which is really handy to have. This is where I thought the HK Models was wrong in that they had 4 bombs going across, and you can see everyone there, it's got 3 bombs. So I may be right, I don't know. I think what they've done is they've got, in the HK Models, they've got the cookie in the middle, and then they've got 4 bombs going across at the front and then 3 behind. I could be wrong. I mean, there's probably more bomb loadouts than are listed there. And then more photographs, more drawings, detailed drawings of the undercarriage, linkages, some radio equipment there, which would be handy because the HK Models don't include any decals for any of that. Close-up of the cockpit canopy, more interior detail. We have to be careful here because some of this stuff is restored, and we can see here this is the Mark 10 oil radiator down here, which is the radiator, the oil cooler radiator that's actually depicted in the Hong Kong Models kit. Hopefully it hasn't affected the shape of the shroud. Then we can see here in restoration the fuselage, more close-up pictures, great pictures here with of the wing spars. This is all going to be original and restored, so it's a good colour guide there. And then we're into the Lincoln and all the different turrets and stuff in the Lincoln. And yeah, so this book I would recommend, whether you get it as a PDF or buy it from Amazon or find it on eBay, whatever, but I would recommend this book to anyone. It's actually a comprehensive guide for the modeller. So yeah, just thought I'd give a quick review of that, guys, just so you can see that this book is out there. And yeah, go and get yourself a copy.